Hello and welcome to The Studio Demands It, an exercise in creative thinking where we will conceptualize, pitch, and craft a film or series based on the demands from one of you listeners acting as a hypothetical Hollywood overlord. As professional screenwriters ourselves and massive cinephiles, we talk movies all the time.
Movies!
And we'd like to believe that we could meet any demand thrown at us. We will be your screenwriters for this episode. I am TC DeWitt, and joining me, as always, is Jim Music List Berzelic. Where are you, Jim? On your for those who might not know, if you're just joining us on the cast, Jim has been figuring out season 2 of his favorite song.
Yeah.
And as we are getting to the end of the season of Studio Demands It, I thought it was worth checking in on where is season 2 in Jim's pursuit of his favorite song of all time.
I'm on round 5. I'm in the S's of round 5.
Okay. Now just a quick. Can you do?
What does that mean?
Yes.
That means I'm down to 90 songs. I'm working through 90 songs on round 5. So that means at the end of that, I'll have 45 songs, right? Because it's elimination.
Yeah, so those who might not remember or know, Jim has created an insane spreadsheet. He discovered you're only limited to 1,000 cells.
5 million.
5. You were allowed 5, and you used all 5 million cells?
Yes, several times over.
Oh, my God. In order to do an elimination-style listening of every song he likes,
yes,
in order to determine what is his favorite song. He did season 1, which ended with Clutch.
Yes.
Right?
This one probably will as well. The whole reason I'm doing a second season is a friend had actually forwarded me a bracket of 16 songs from this other thing. They're like, hey, look, this is what you were doing, but in a small form. And so I did that.
Fools.
And I was like, well, I just did three layers of 16 songs. Let's put this in the spreadsheet. But I don't just want 16 more songs randomly added, so I'll incorporate them in a whole new thing.
The most exciting thing about this is that people can join you in your experience.
They can?
Because your Spotify playlist just consists of the 2 songs currently going head to
head.
Yeah,
and it's public.
So people could be checking in on you to see what you're listening to.
What 2 songs are currently competing? Yeah. Yes, they could.
So what's your Spotify?
It's called the list is called Cage Match. I don't know how you find someone's lists.
Well, I'll tell you what. If anyone wants to message Studio Demands It, you can.
I can probably send you a link.
You can do that on Instagram at Studio Demands It, and you can ask for the link.
Yeah.
So if you want to just
same with Reddit and Spotify.
Yeah, Reddit,
or
Spotify,
Reddit and a Discord.
Yeah, if you want to get involved in listening to what Jim is listening to because what's wild about your process, Jim, is remind the people how you decide. You take 2 songs.
I take 2 songs. I put them in a playlist, and then I listen to those those 2 songs on loop
back and forth like an insane person
until I decide which one I like more.
You know what? After 100 listens,
sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 listens. As I wheedle them down to my favorites, it becomes harder, and so yes, I end up listening more.
Now iTunes used to do it where it showed you play count. Does Spotify do that?
No. I would love to see play count.
Old school iTunes, if you still have it on your MacBook, they don't do it on the phone app. Tracks your listens. So you can actually create columns in iTunes that tell you, time, genre, playlist, album. Like you can have a plethora of lists, and one of them was play count. And I used to love that because I would randomize my music, and then there was a automatic playlist called Top 25, and you could see what your top 25 songs were. And you'd be like, oh man, I've listened to Monkey Wrench that many times. Yep. Huh. I didn't think one of the songs that was in my top 25 unfairly was Jackson 5's ABC 123, because it was literally the first song on my iTunes, so it would autoplay a lot.
Yeah.
So it had like way more listens than it actually deserved.
No, you love that song.
I love it. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Anyway, I just thought it was worth checking in on where you are when it comes to figuring out. There's a show in it. I know there's
There
something,
probably is. I don't know how to crack that. I don't know how to make that interesting to people.
But it's
especially because I guess I could try to force certain things but without that, like I'll go sometimes like 2 weeks
just listening to the same two
well,
songs.
because the thing is, I don't. That's not what I do all day long, right? Like I do other things and I'll listen to other things. But yeah, when I have some time and I just want something on, I'll do that.
There you go. Like an insane person.
Like an insane person.
All right. This cat will not leave me alone.
Well, she was sleeping.
I know, but I like coughed or something and she woke up. Anyway, Jim, our listeners, we're going to get to the demand now and let's get this party started. Our listeners have given us demands from literally all over the world. And you listening right now, you can send us any demand you'd like and we will read it right live here, right now, live on the air and try to meet the demand right here on the spot. And when we reach the end of the episode, if we've done our job, we may have pitched the full script or story meeting or even exceeding those demands. And when the end of the season comes, you distracted me, Kat. Your demand could be the one that we've crafted into a script that will be greenlit by the fans for our finale. Thank you to everyone who keeps submitting. We had a great boom of new listeners this season. A lot of new demands came flowing in. As those paying attention to this season know, and last season, we do keyword searches so we have a sense of what the topic may be. And today's demand comes from Cookie Go Away. So it's not the studio.
That's what it comes from now.
No, I don't want to disrespect our listeners. This is from M&M, E-M-M, and E-M-M. So M&M from M&M from Azul Studios.
Okay.
All right, ready, Jim? This is what we got. The Halloween franchise has one of the most tangled canons in horror history, cinematic history, right? Depending on how you count, it has been rebooted 3 times with 4 separate continuities in play. Okay, original continuity: Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 4 through 6, ending with The Curse of Thorn. Do you know what The Curse of Thorn is?
I don't.
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
That might be a problem.
Then we got the H2O timeline. Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. Sorry, Halloween, Halloween 2, H2O, Halloween Resurrection. So that's 4 movies. Okay. Then, big capital letters. Then, Rob Zombie shit out 2 movies.
Yeah. Yep.
Then, Blumhouse gave us the Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends continuity. At this point, we've watched the multiverse of Michael Myers. Oh no. Oh, God. I hope this doesn't... Oh, that's
yes.
Okay. We might need to know.
Yeah.
The multiverse of Michael Myers for over 4 decades. How many more times can we see this guy kill people? It's getting old. But this franchise has name recognition. It's a well that still has milk in it.
Yep. Milk well. Common.
Very common. It's a well that still has milk in it. And we have a demand. We have a demand to give us more of that sweet, sweet IP. But enough of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. Okay. Our studio demands that you reboot John Carpenter's second attempt, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. This movie was awful, but the ideas are sound. We demand a full reboot of it so we can keep cashing in on the IP. Rated R, no known names in the franchise in the actor roles, and to be released in the next spooky season. Impress us and get the green light. Okay. Woo! Eminem, you scared me for a second that we might need to do some quick check on what a Curse of the Thorn arc is. But Jim, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
Now, we are familiar with this movie. We are both familiar with this movie. But it's worth talking real quick about the success of this franchise, the longevity that, it's been 30 plus years. 70, when did the first one come out? 76?
Yeah, something like that.
And we've gotten multiple reincarnations of Michael Myers. There is multiple continuities. Which one do you count? Which one you don't? The most recent one that Blumhouse, that trilogy they made.
Mm-hmm.
2 really good movies. 2.5.
I really liked that first one.
Yeah.
And then I remember insisting that I liked the other ones. Halloween Ends.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I told myself I liked Halloween Ends more than
Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills.
Well, because Halloween Kills just spun its wheels for 2 hours.
Yeah, I
Evil dies tonight.
And then it didn't.
And then it didn't. Red Letter Media turned me around on Halloween Ends by doing a whole video on how good that movie is. And then there's also the Michael Myers and Laurie Strode stuff in the movie. Like they broke it down to this new crazy killer character within Halloween Ends that has the actual A plot. And then, also let's have Laurie fight Michael. So they turned me around on Halloween Ends.
Interesting. I would like to see that. I liked Halloween Ends from the perspective of ending it. That's weird to say. But I got into a fight with a friend about it, and I saw it from their perspective. As a fan of Halloween,
mm-hmm.
it wasn't really a great end. In the same way you'd never like seeing anything that is your favorite end.
Right.
It wasn't a great goodbye.
It wasn't satisfying. No, yeah. I can agree to that. If you are a fan of Michael Myers and Laurie, and you follow them through all their continuities, it is not a satisfying end. But at this,
I remember at the time in the theater, I was like, okay. I don't know. I don't remember. I guess I've just also censored enough of it out of I've purged enough of it from my mind that I don't remember it properly.
Yeah.
About what I do or don't like. I remember liking her getting one up on, or like 3 up on him and finally defeating him.
Mm-hmm.
And then my reaction to a spoiler here, she keeps the mask. And at first I was like, oh, she kept the mask. I like that. And then it like slowly zoomed in toward the window with the mask there. And I just kind of like, do I like that? What does that mean that she kept the mask? Does it mean anything? Am I trying too hard? Is this good? I had a good time. Why am I
second guessing it?
Second guessing, yeah.
Yeah, it comes with any franchise that has existed this long. We have expectations, we have assumptions, we have hopes, and sometimes those are dashed, sometimes those are exceeded. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I don't have this special place in my heart for Halloween. The first one I saw was Halloween H2O. That was the first Halloween movie I saw.
That's why you watched it bad.
And then in retrospect, going back, I respect the hell out of the original one. I understand its import within cinema.
The first Halloween is my favorite slasher movie.
It's the slasher movie. Like it defined so much.
Well, different people.
Psycho's a slasher. Yeah.
Well, no, like for some people, Friday the 13th. Yes, it is a Halloween copy,
mm-hmm.
but to them that it's way better.
Sure.
Or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
So just because it wasn't, just because they weren't first, doesn't mean that there aren't people that will champion those others.
Sure, and don't get me wrong, I literally wrote a Friday the 13th, so I'm well aware of the longevity and love and the fandom of that franchise. But I respect the hell out of John Carpenter's first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like that movie, it's one of the movies that made us for a reason.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of this franchise, I always liked the idea of what John Carpenter intended, which is I want to make a Halloween movie every year, and we're gonna make an anthology franchise.
I want to discuss that.
Okay.
Just for a little bit, that you like it. I like the idea of it as well. However, this idea has been tried a number of times. Has it ever worked?
Well, the thing is that what his intention was an anthology franchise, not an anthology film. Because you can look at the Tales from the Crypt movie and you can look at Creepshow. Those are anthology films. Trick or Treat is my favorite Halloween movie. It's an anthology movie.
Yeah.
An anthology franchise, has that been done?
Yeah. the way Halloween was conceived. Tales from the Crypt is the closest one I can think of. They got 2 movies.
Yeah.
And then it was done. Because and here's why I bring that up, because as much as that may sound like a really fun idea, or on paper that's a great idea,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people actually like that.
I disagree, because James Wan proved it. He created the Conjuring universe, and he gave multiple franchise under an umbrella. There's the Annabelle franchise, there's the Nun franchise, there's the Conjuring movies.
That's cheating. That's cinematic universe style.
Okay.
Now I guess you could argue that cinematic universes are exactly that.
Okay.
But they're not. Actually, they're not either, because cinematic universes always reference each other.
And they return to a thing. So yeah, I guess I was being glib. Am I like, James Wan did it?
Because The Conjuring, they're all stories of the 2 exorcists.
Right.
And then when a thing was like, oh, everyone responded really well to the Warrens. When everyone responded really, really well to the opener with the doll, let's make a whole movie about that.
Okay. So then, to your question of a franchise,
where it does a whole new movie in the next one.
Okay. Yeah. At least because labeling it. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Well, I thought of another one, but the thing is that it technically goes 3 movies, and the 3rd one shat the bed.
Go ahead.
And that's Cloverfield.
Sure. Yeah. Weirdly, because what it comes down to is if it's John Carpenter's Halloween presents Season of the Witch.
Sure.
John Carpenter's Halloween presents this, right? That has been done to great success with National Lampoon and American Pie. Like, National Lampoon presents Animal House. National Lampoon presents Van Wilder. Like, it's a label you put at the top, much like in association with Marvel technically counts as a Marvel movie. So if Halloween had been a label.
So do you think Vacation had extra success because of Animal House?
National Lampoon's Vacation. Yeah, I think that being able to put the National Lampoon label on it allowed it to be a standard people could ask for. So like Judd Apatow became a label. Judd Apatow presents this. He didn't direct Superbad or Sarah Marshall, but they count under his umbrella.
Okay, now I think you're being way more loose with what
I am.
The Halloween franchise was intended to be.
Right. And to get back on point,
sure.
It's such a cool idea that has never been executed well. If the idea is to be able to say Halloween subtitle and do that every year, people have done stuff like this to varying degrees of success. I think I agree. The Michael Myers story has been done over and over and over again. It would be worth trying something else with the franchise label. So Halloween, Season of the Witch, rebooting that.
I want to acknowledge that this idea has been attempted by a number of different people over a number of decades, and it might just not be a sellable idea because of the way people consume media. They don't want things that way. They're not like, that was such a good one. Time for something different. They want more of the same, and they want that title to reflect the thing that they saw last time. Now, that said, this podcast, we exist in this Twilight Zone space where we can say no in our little bubble reality.
Yeah, a studio literally.
We're gonna make it work.
And I think even if it's just if the demand is to reboot Season of the Witch.
Sure,
that's as simple as that. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. But I do want to point to. I've given some examples of audiences latching on. Yes, I was playing a little loose, but look at like the Cornetto trilogy. The savvy movie watchers and fans of Edgar Wright understood it's going to be more of the same, but not the same. It's not a sequel. It's and I think there's potential in that. There's potential in a film series being the star that you're going to see. like going to see a Tom Cruise movie, going to see a Will Smith movie. You kind of know what to expect because of them. So having the Halloween label allowing for a franchise of films, I'm sort of wandering right now.
No. I get what you're saying. I'm saying it's really tough because audiences expect a through line.
Right.
James Bond may never have a story that in any way connects to any of the other stories, but James Bond is there. That's the connection. That's what people want. And with Halloween, it needed to be Michael Myers or Laurie Strode.
The issue here is knowing Halloween 3. My God, if the movie had been good, for Christ's sake, if it even been okay,
sure,
I think there's a chance that people would have jumped on board for it and been like, "Oh, I can't wait to see what happens next Halloween." But because that movie was so bad, the studio's like, "Don't do that again. Get the mask out. Get the mechanic's jumpsuit out. Don't do that again. Give the man a chainsaw. No, that's Leatherface. I don't know, give him a knife. Whatever." So, knowing that Michael Myers as a character has been done over and over and over again, if they're gonna reboot it again, we're gonna get a Michael Myers movie again. But if this hypothetical Hollywood overlord has said, you know what, we're gonna put Halloween on a label, but make us a good Season of the Witch.
Okay.
So let's do that.
All right.
Now here's a thought I had, knowing that, like, seeing this pop up, I'm like, great. Season of the Witch is all about manipulating and murdering people through screens. We are in an AI revolution right now, a dangerous place. So there's some room here to play with.
Before we get much further into actually putting it together, I wanted to glibly say Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is about St. Patrick's Day getting jealous and trying to murder Halloween.
Put that on the poster. I'm in. You just leprechaun versus pumpkin. Let's go. So but as we're going to dive in here, I'm curious. Okay, so having to adjust ourselves to think about the worst of the Halloween movies.
You know what? I was because we recently watched Season of the Witch.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to remember what the main character's first name was, and I couldn't. I know he's Dr. Chalice.
Right.
That's all I remember.
Mr.
Oh, Mr. Dr.
Yeah.
Mr. Chalice.
Yeah. Everyone calls him Mr. Chalice in it.
I cannot remember what. Is it Dan? Was it Rick?
Dan.
Was it
Mr.?
Mr. It was Mr.
I'm wondering. Okay, because that movie's such a mess. So we know the parts of it. So then we can pull it out of the mix every time we want. What's worth leaning in here? Leaning into the ancient, ritualistic, Celtic, druidic magic, the witch magic, like live up to the title, or the technology that's messing with people that's somehow harnessing Stonehenge. Like, what we can do whatever we want with this. Where are you interested?
Right, like they didn't blatantly say it, but they were trying to say that it's one and the same.
Right.
The technology is the ancient magic. It's why the chips had to be made out of ground down Stonehenge. Right, because microchips have these bits of rock in them, and what if the magic channeled through them? Mm-hmm. And right, Stonehenge is purported to be a site of sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So what if that's what was happening? That's a fun enough idea. Currently, you can convince me otherwise. I feel like that's pretty central to the premise.
Mm-hmm. I want it to be
the idea of making Samhain scary again.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. I want it to be witch focused. If we're going to call it Season of the Witch, I want witchcraft and witches to be a part of this. Because the way Season of the Witch currently has it, it's a rich suit-wearing dickhead who wants to murder children because he wants to make Halloween scary. Even if it's as simple as making it a woman.
Yeah.
Like, I just think...
Men can't be witches?
We've discussed this because I've said that isn't a warlock a male witch, and
Nope.
You said no, and you're going to be the expert on this, not me. But it's just a notion of, if we're going to call it Season of the Witch, I expect to see some witchy things in this.
Sure.
I want some witchy things in this. So
where's the cauldron? Where's the crooked nose with the wart on it?
Sure.
Where's
the flying on broom.
Yeah.
Delivering potions in a Japan that wasn't crushed by World War II.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi. Yeah, you get it. Gigi, sorry.
Gigi?
Yeah, from Kiki's Delivery Service.
It's Kiki.
No, Kiki's the witch, Gigi's the cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Okay. What? Oh.
I know nothing about witches.
It's so good. It's the best. Oh, man. That's the best Season of the Witch right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Kiki's Delivery Service. It's a warm hug of a movie.
All
right, so Halloween 3.
Halloween 3.
How, like, the notion, I suggested, we're dealing with screens much differently than we did back then. Having a commercial that gets kids to sit down in front of the TV, that's not going to work anymore. It's 2025, the year of our Zeus. Right? So having it be an app, it's just Halloween has changed, right?
Yeah.
In fact, Halloween is much more of the interest of millennials and Gen X than it is of children anymore. Like, the people I see who celebrate Halloween the hardest are not kids. They're adults. So I think also the original ending of the movie of Season of the Witch, when it goes to black, the whole closing credits was originally to be screaming children for 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Like, of all the children around the world dying.
Wow.
And then the director was like, Tommy Lee Wallace is like, maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just leave it silent and ambiguous. But the intention was to have the world's children killed by the Stonehenge magic.
Sure.
So to that point, I think that targeting kids and murdering them, while that's horrifying, haunting stuff, and we can certainly go there with our villainous tendencies here, it seems to me that Halloween is much more of an adult holiday now than it is a child's holiday. Trick or treat's not the focus anymore.
Maybe. Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm not plugged in. I'm an adult without a family, and I spend all of my time around adults. So I don't. And television doesn't exist the way that it used to. So as far as common culture, I feel really unplugged.
Well,
and I feel like that's why I don't know what Halloween is popular amongst, because the algorithm only tells me things anymore. Yes, I don't know if I agree. I agree that that's what I see, but I don't know if what I see is true.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to lock in on a focus of this movie. So let's do this. Sometimes we see titles for films. I'll tell you scripts I'm working on for clients. I'll tell you the title, and then I'll tell you the premise of the script, and you go, "That's not the title. That's not the premise for that title."
Yeah.
So
Halloween.
Season
of the Witch.
Just Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
What does that? What kind of movie? What do you want to do with that title? I'm throwing everything at you, Jim. What do you want to do?
Weapons, but the bad guy wins.
Whoa, okay. True. Spoiler for Weapons if you haven't seen.
I just spoiled that.
That's okay. If you haven't seen Weapons, which is probably hitting streaming pretty soon, it's still in theaters right now. I think it's worth seeing. We do tend to spoil in conversations here. It's a very recent movie. I do want to discuss that. I want to discuss it if you haven't seen it, but you have interest in it. Maybe.
Yeah, people probably turned this episode on thinking, "Oh, that's a million-year-old movie. I'll listen to this episode. Yeah. They won't spoil anything." And then
actually, you know what? Let's not talk about Weapons. Let's talk about the movie The Witches.
Okay.
The Roald Dahl adaptation, The Witches.
Sure.
Okay, so in The Witches are eating children for power and youth, right? And at the end of the movie, the witches are destroyed, and the heroes win the day, right? Taking the notion of that and the witches winning, that's dark and oh man, I'm leaving the theater feeling upset about that. That being the premise that witches of Stonehenge, this ancient coven of witches, utilizing technology to attack the world and make them fear. How do you say the holiday again? Samhain.
Samhain, yeah.
Samhain. To make them fear that, and that ultimately in the end they succeed despite the efforts of our hero. There's something to that the witches win in the end.
Sure. We did it. We replaced one rich old man with
a coven of witches.
Coven of witches, and it's the same. No, I'm being glib. I'm being funny. Everyone's laughing.
We're all
I'm
laughing.
hilarious.
We have to pause. We have to pause to all laugh. We aren't going to pause. You're going to pause. Okay. Okay. Season of the Witch opens with a guy fleeing a small town that is making masks. He gets so far, but then he's killed by robots.
Yeah.
This movie's freaking weird.
Mm-hmm.
So let's discuss the cold open of this movie. I don't know if we need robots. I don't know if robots need to maintain a thing here, especially robots that are centuries old. That's crazy talk. Having some sort of magic be central to the guards of Samhain, the guards of this coven, that there are soldiers being controlled by magic that stop any leaks as they create these masks, these items, not just masks, but these items that on Halloween are going to be activated.
Yeah.
Our cold open is someone fleeing the town, being chased by these sentries and getting brutally murdered so that he can't get away. Okay? And then the results of that death are his sister, his sister is
well, originally in the original it was his daughter. It doesn't have to be that.
It's his. Sorry, I'm just realizing that's the plot to the newest Naked Gun.
Oh.
His daughter is wants to find out what happened to my father. Died. My father has been, and I think he was murdered by the business he works for. Little does she know and learn to discover, he wasn't working for a business. He was working for an organization of evil, an actual witch, a coven. Yeah.
So already, I think that change right there, I think you've touched on a change that I think makes it better. Getting rid of Chalice, getting rid of the doctor, and just following the daughter.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, good. We're onto something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does he get a message out to her that, like, perhaps there's within the town that these witches are operating, there is a field or like you have to get past a certain point to get your cell phone service working. Like there's like a technological blackout that this guy's trying to get out of. And if this town that is this factory is in has been taken over, kind of like WandaVision style, where like they are subject to the coven, the people who live within the town, and they are oblivious to the fact that they are being controlled and they are weapons themselves. Because I'm just gonna keep babbling while you stroke your beard.
I'm trying to I'm not I don't want to leave you hanging. Trying to put together, right? So these witches, they want to take control. They want to the season of the Inquisitor, of the witch hunter is over, and the witches want to bring back the season of the witch, when the witches are in control and people fear them and respect them, and the way they want to do this is by stealing the world's children, essentially through death, through sacrificing them. In this year, 2025, right? Like in a now time,
right?
You are right. Microchips and masks being triggered by watching television doesn't quite work in 2025. An app isn't a bad idea.
And And if
But
they,
how do you justify, right? Like it feels fake, but like you could trying to take real life things and like, oh, they're doing it through a game in Roblox.
Mhm.
They've programmed a game in Roblox, and it's mesmerizing children to the point that on October 31st, they're going to do and enact a ritual that causes all the kids who are playing that game to explode
Burst.
into snakes,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't have to catch every child, but it will catch enough. That plot sounds it sounds implausible. Not I don't know. It just sounds implausible because really Roblox. That's how you're gonna. Yeah, that's actually what would actually catch the most kids. But it feels so.
Hmm.
What's the word I'm looking for? A trite.
Trite. Yeah, trite. It
Com-
feels
like-
like old man trying to write to appeal to children. And
Yeah,
we don't
but
have
that
it.
would
We're
really
not,
that literally would be how you would speak to children.
right. I honestly, I didn't do it intentionally, but suggesting that we target adults instead of kids allows us to be more tapped into what would happen because we can't assume what would appeal to kids. I doubt masks in front of a television in 1982 was what kids would have fell for anyway. It was already an adult trying to. So you the witches want to create an explosion of evil on Halloween night at a key moment. They want to activate their spell. They want to perform their ritual across the nation and see the most amount of souls for them to consume all at once, whether it's children, whether it's adults. If their plot is, and you said something I want to come back to, that the era, the age of the witch hunter is no more, and this is their time. This is the year they can finally activate this spell and kill the most amount of people and create the most amount of bloodshed in one fell swoop. That's evil. That's could be disgusting. Yeah, like that's their goal. They are going to make their presence known to the world once more. The season of the witch has returned. Witches are real, and to announce their arrival, they're going to murder hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of people all at once across the world. That's some evil stuff right there.
Yeah.
And
now we just got to make it sound not hokey.
Right. Finding the plausible way of doing this. So now,
okay, to that end.
Yes.
So let's not do world. Let's do America.
Yes. Let's just do America.
Okay. So for that, we don't need to worry about Stonehenge.
Mm-hmm.
So we can drop the whole. A stone has been stolen from Stonehenge,
Mm-hmm.
and we're grinding up the stone to spread through the technology.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, this is the granddaughters of the Salem witches.
The surviving coven.
Yeah.
They've somehow the bloodline
They
has
have
maintained.
waited hundreds of years, and their revenge plot is finally culminating.
Okay, I want to yes, and they have taken over a small town in the Midwest, a factory town.
Okay.
Now, why take over town? Maybe the server power necessary to reach all cell phone technology, like there.
Well, the thing is, if you want to do, like you said, if you're wanting to do adults, millennials, and Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
that's drinking age.
Okay.
That and also, what's Halloween about? Halloween is about
Debauchery.
getting dressed up sexy and going out to bars and having a good time.
Right. So they are a brewer
So
town.
that's my first thought. Does that sound fun? Does that sound lame?
It can, anything could be comedic versus horrific, but the idea that they've double toiled and troubled and micro brewed a beer that is going to be the tonic of their spell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is silly, but it's all in presentation, right? Like,
sure.
If you look at something like Barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
Barbarian is uncomfortably funny at times.
Yeah.
That's the way Zach Krieger crafts his films. Weapons is hilarious.
Same thing.
It's
Yeah.
dark and upsetting and tonally like nightmarish, but also he can relieve the tension with a scare and a laugh in equal measure. Nope. There's some good comedy in Nope. It's also frightening as hell. And I think Get Out and Us similarly. Jordan Peele understands tension can be broken two ways.
That is true, but the central conceit shouldn't be silly.
Right. A beer that is spread across the country that is going to be part of this spell. You're not wrong that we are verging into the risk of it being silly. Let's work under the assumption we can make it not silly.
Okay.
Because there's another element here I want to suggest. If the witches have taken over a factory, a brewery town, they've created this microbrew. They're through their magic that they, as they see it, have controlled all these people and made them sentries and drones.
The Buddy Kupfer subplot actually works here as well. He was their best salesman. Come to the factory. I don't remember why, because I don't think he was necessarily invited. Or was he invited because they specifically wanted to
test? Yeah. Which is unnecessary. It's a bad movie.
Testing the day before was probably a bad time to test.
It's a bad movie. But having number one salesman Buddy Cuthbert or whatever.
Right, because they're going to need people. We can get a whole thing where he's like, yeah, the product sells itself. Especially at the price point the company has set it at. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
This stuff, I can't keep it on the shelves kind of thing.
Yeah. Tonally, if you look at something like Cabin in the Woods, another movie that's both good fun horror and dealing with some seemingly hokey things and leaning into those tropes lovingly while creating some good fright out of it. I think a beer, a booze, I think a microbeer, like a brew that's been spreading, it's selling itself kind of thing. If there's some additional marketing that deals with the advertising and the marketing of it and the targeted nature, there's an opportunity here to be satirical and discuss how poison is targeted at us every single day.
Sure.
We have our phones in our pockets. We are being poisoned regularly and willingly.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity maybe in there for some satire, some social satire, some social commentary as well.
Okay.
Having a character die that is then being investigated by this woman. My father's dead. I need to know why. All signs point to his job, fighting those sentries. That's a little too A-B. Like we go A, oh, and then B, and now we're in this town. Like in order to flesh this out, I'm gonna make a suggestion here, because you said the age of the witch hunter is done, and now these witches are free. I don't want Dr. Daniel Chalice to be a part of this movie because he's not a good character. But
we could make him a good character.
The last, I know that's a Vin Diesel movie, but the final witch hunter, the last witch hunter, like actually that there is one more witch hunter out there who, like a slayer, has been activated that could team up with our female, our daughter character. So the daughter character is the audience. She gets to ask the questions. She gets to be the one that's on the adventure asking the questions. See, I made the mistake there. I said adventure, and now I'm painting a different type of movie.
Yep.
But you take my point that if she's teamed up with someone who has the answers, does that help us at all? You can poo-poo the idea. I'm not loving it myself. I just wanted to put it out there to create a buddy movie.
This is the movie Warlock.
Okay. I'm not familiar. Is that the one with Sam Neill?
No.
No. Okay.
It's the only other movie I remember him from. He was the blonde scientist in Arachnophobia.
Okay.
An ancient warlock does a spell and gets thrown into the future, and there's a woman there who looks just like the princess from back in their time, and a witch hunter follows him to the future, and so then he teams up with the girl who looks like the princess, and to defeat him.
He comes from the past to destroy the future. Warlock. Satan also has one son. Starring Julian Sands.
Julian Sands, that's his name.
He plays Warlock. Okay, then we don't have
That
to
doesn't
do...
mean that doesn't mean we can't also do
It's an homage.
something like that. Yeah.
It's only if you feel like it's necessary, or if you like the pitch that we have a duo.
Like, I don't want it to be a Buffy character, like what you intimated.
I did intimate. Yeah.
They've
activated,
they're activated or whatever. No, I would want it to be a person who comes across like a crazy conspiracy theorist because they are a witch hunter. They know the truth. Like, there are witches in the world. People don't believe me. They think I'm a psychopath, and that's why I don't talk to anyone.
I've trained my whole life for this.
Sure.
Actually, you know what? That juxtaposes our villains. If this is a legacy of witch hunters versus a legacy of witches, then there's some history to explore here. And in a fantasy setting where this movie is a success, one of the sequels can be a prequel to this that is a period piece in the Salem trials, the season of the witch, Salem, right?
No.
Okay.
Here's why I say no.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is leaning too much toward spooky action movie.
Great. Okay.
Instead of a horror movie.
Instead of a horror movie. Okay, that's fair.
It doesn't mean that they're like, you can have some elements of that kind of thing, but
that's all right. It really was something I just threw out there as an option.
Sure.
Because you're right. If we're really going to lean into what this should be, it should be a horror movie first. So having similar to like Naomi Watts in The Ring, the singular woman exploring this horror and getting the answers through her own tenacity. That might be.
I want to go back to the drawing board. What if it is masks? What if it is children? What if it is weird online things that they get into? Right? Because there's weird memes. There's weird memes that kids get into, where there's one I'm thinking of where the message of the character is to kill yourself. It's very alarming, especially to parents, that kids are getting are following this wide-eyed creepy pasta character.
Sure.
And that's its message. So what if we lean into that type of thing, and like to the point that kids are wanting these masks? Not that they've always wanted masks, but this one in particular, they want, and then or like maybe a small grouping of characters or whatever. But a part of the way they behave is literally they put on the masks, and then the kids just stand there. Like, and it's super creepy, and like, but then they take the mask off, like, haha, get it? I'm being the so and so character. Did you find the? No,
I was I was Googling just now. I mean, I'm listening, but
yeah,
the idea that they're enacting a meme. The meme makes you do this thing. Haha, creepy.
Yeah.
I
know a movie or two have come out or are coming out that even touch on that.
There's a meme recently culture that I've been aware of, and I don't know what it is, but something like 789, something like that, or like 876 or whatever. I don't know what it is. I was just trying to see. But to your point of that the younger generation. Okay, so now you're actually touching on something that might work in our favor, which is not understanding Gen Alpha to be like, kids are doing this thing. It's weird. They're not hurting themselves, but standing there doing like, look, I'm this creepy character from online. What is that?
Yeah.
And that it's all building up to them like exploding into snakes and bugs.
Yeah. That's what it was. Momo. Have you heard of Momo?
No, I don't think I have.
Let's see if I can find a quick description.
But it's a current meme?
It actually might be a year or two old, but yeah.
Okay, so...
It looks like... It actually is super creepy. It looks like that.
Oh, yeah. I know that. Whenever I see it, it's like someone manipulated Shelley Duvall from The Shining.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of that one. Haunting. So this app and this, like, so they...
It's a whole thing. I guess it could be an app. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but there's this character if we wanted to lean in super hard into the way that the mask thing worked. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be technology. It doesn't have to be the microchip has to be on the mask. Like literally, the process of creating it, they've done a ritual. The mask itself is this magical cursed item in waiting, and then on Halloween, all the kids are going to be wearing them, and they're going to do the ritual that then turns them all into
Monsters.
little murder bombs.
Little murder bombs. Okay. Instead of them exploding into bugs. Excuse me. I just swallowed spit down the wrong tube.
Oh no!
I'm in mode.
They could. I think it'd be creepier, or I think it'd be a more visceral, engaging horror movie if the kids turn on
their parents,
the people who aren't wearing the masks, than if they just fall over with bugs falling out of the mask.
Right. Don't you think that might verge a little too close to weapons?
It might.
Yeah.
We don't have to. We can go Season of the Witch route and just have bugs come out. Like to the end. Like, so the thing is, we don't see that happen in Season of the Witch until the first bit is done and it happens, right? It could be a part of the meme. Like, haha, the character spits up bugs. It's funny. So when you buy the mask, you buy these fake plastic bugs
and they come out of its
spit out the mouth. And it's weird. It's weird and gross and dumb. But the kids freaking love it for some dumb reason.
And then they become...
The thing is, I don't know how to build the stakes because we established that that's what this thing is. I feel like it's pretty clear our character has stumbled upon a plot where, oh no, it's real, but no one will believe me. And then at the end, it happens. And then at the end, our character attempts to stop it from happening, and we decide if it does or does not happen.
Right. I want to pitch off this and suggest that, especially to subvert the expectations of anyone who is even familiar with what we're rebooting here, I want to suggest this. I'm going to go back to that millennials and Gen Z are being targeted with a potion.
Okay.
And that when they're activated, they become murder machines.
Sure.
But they only attack the youth. That, like, the trick-or-treaters, the kids that should be enjoying and trick-or-treating and having a good time on Halloween are suddenly being chased by adults and are going to be killed by the sins of their fathers, kind of thing. That and this is muddy right now. I don't have a clear thesis for this, but it's just to go to the social commentary aspect of what is being wrought upon the upcoming generation because of the failures of the generation above them.
Millennials refuse to grow up, and they are destroying the youth to maintain their own. And
in a sense is a commentary on repeating the sins of Generation Boom. Boomer generation, not getting the hell out of the way and letting the next generations come up as well. You know me. I'm fascinated by social psychology and social structures and generational structures. I look at it often. It's something that I'm fascinated by. So there could be room to have more of that commentary in this, that this is supposed to be a children's holiday where kids are getting candy, trick or treat. How fun is that? That is wrong, because traditionally Halloween was meant to be this celebration of Wiccan traditions and witchcraft and
not even right, like it depends on how you portray it. Not even celebration is the wrong word.
Right. It's a ritual. There's a reason Halloween
All Hallows Eve,
right? And there's a reason that Christianity, specifically the Catholics, co-opted it to be their All Hallows Eve. This is a celebration of the saints, not this paganistic ritual.
Because it's the evening in which the veil between the living and the dead is thinnest.
And yes, and so it's this is what we perceive it to be. This is what it's meant to be. No, trick-or-treating is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be kids going out getting candy. That's Halloween. No, it's not. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be this evil ritualistic thing. No, it's not. It's supposed to be a fun night of just wearing costumes, sexy costumes, and getting drunk. Like, the misconceptions of it overlapping on each other to be like, what is this truly about? Who's it for? Why does it exist? And maybe I'm layering too much. Again, it's a muddy thesis right now.
Mm-hmm.
But getting to the point of we're all wrong. We have stolen all this from rituals past, and now we are going to suffer the consequences in very horrific ways for what we have done to other people's ideas of what things should be. Sorry, I don't know if any of that made sense.
Sure.
So then having a singular character who's unraveling this and bearing witness to an adult who's activated and kills people around them of any age, and her being like, oh my God, this is all about. I need to stop it before it goes nationwide. And not that we ever see nationwide, because we should keep it small and focus through her POV.
The town of Santa Mira,
yeah. Just for the sake of maintaining the horror aspect as opposed to an action-adventure horror.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We also don't even need to go to a contrived plot to undermine the commercial aspect of Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's witches that plan on making the veil as thin as possible so that the dead attack the living?
Under their control, or just open the veil and
lift the veil.
Lift the veil so that the original intent of Samhain is fulfilled.
Not even necessarily that the original intent. Literally, because right, our evil witches are manipulating things to their end.
Mm-hmm.
And what their plan is so they want to be respected again.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be feared again. They want to be powerful again. And they don't necessarily want to be on the national stage where everyone can see them and say, there's the witch, respect the witch.
Right.
So instead, if people just fear Halloween night again, instead of using it to celebrate and be debaucherous.
Little heathens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be heathens? Reap what you sow. We're going to show you what being a heathen really is about.
Something like that. I realize there's that's even less of a plot to get through. It's like, oh, they're just getting ghosts to attack people.
Well, let's do this. I'm just going to rattle this off real quick, and then we'll take our 5.
Okay.
And then come back and see how mull this over. A man is killed trying to escape a small town.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter wants to investigate his death. He is found miles and miles into the middle of nowhere, and so she needs to figure out where he came from. When she finds the small town, something's wrong here, and it is the slow discovery of her in this very small town that here the veil has already been lifted. They have tested their power in a very small capacity, these witches. So now it's trying to find the witches and like, oh, they're controlling a town. No, their plan is to do this nationwide to lift the veil on the night of Halloween. Now I must stop them before they do this. Something like that, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. Mull that over. Let's take a quick 5 here. It'll be a quick 5 for us and just a minute for all of you listening. So we'll be right back. Yeah, here's some spooky messages from 6-5 Media. Ooh. Yeah. Season of the Witches. Season of the Witch. Witch being a plural in this case. Season of the Witch. Right? But it's a coven of witches.
Okay.
We don't want to change the title to Season of Witches.
No.
It's just the Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah, okay. All right. Here's how I see it right now. We paced, we scratched our beards, we just sat in complete silence for 5 minutes.
It's my favorite.
Okay, so here's what I think. Okay, so like I think we open, it's just a man frantically fleeing Santa Mira. It's nighttime and he's pursued by these pale-eyed thralls, like witchcrafted thralls, that are just men. They're not robots. Robots are out of this thing, and he gets away. It's like we recreate the opening of the movie. He gets to a gas station. He's babbling about like Halloween, the beer, the brew, right? Before like the sentries show up and just brutally kill him, and the death sets the tone for the movie and the notion that no one escapes this town. The secret stays here, and that's our opening, like cold open. We just see this fleeing scene against these like unstoppable men in black types. They look like observers from Fringe.
Sure.
They're just pale eyed. Like the gas station attendant's like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And they just kill him.
Oh, okay.
And they're just they will stop at all costs to, and like and then so that's we open the movie that way. Like it was just like a bloody murder of two people at least, the gas station attendant and this guy, right? So then we title screen it. We meet our main character. Ellie was the name of the character in the original movie, so we could stick with Ellie as her name here. And she arrives to identify her father's body.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, you know, I'm kind of beating out what's already there, but
sure.
The police like we're in all the investigation, like whatever. It's the way it's been declared is it was an armed robbery at the gas station gone awry. That these two killed each other in an armed robbery. That he killed the clerk killed him, and they're like, case closed. Your father tried to stick up a gas station and he was killed, and he killed someone for it. The end. Okay. Investigation over. And she's like, why my father would never do this? He's like, what do you know about your dad? Well, I know he's a hardworking man. I haven't seen him in a while because he's been working. Like, oh, he's been working. Yeah. What's his job? I don't know. We
don't know people as well as we think we do.
Yeah. Like, and she's like, my father wouldn't do that, but she doesn't really know him. She's been estranged from him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this. She just refuses to believe that her father would have come to this. He maybe even hinting at he had some sort of trouble. He was a criminal in his past. He had reformed. He got a job online and was working for this company. Why would he go back to this? Like, I don't believe this.
Okay.
That's your open. That's the opening. Maybe even the like she just sees the inconsistency, or she believes in her heart that her father wouldn't be this murderer, and this death is inconsistent. I still think, I know it seems silly, but that this beer, this Halloween, this like pumpkin infused micro brew is like a key factor here we're not aware of.
Yeah. Like
we see characters drinking it.
Sure.
We understand that it's this hot new beer that influencers are promoting it. It's like, oh man, this is the beer of the season. I know some of you don't like pumpkin spice, but I'm telling you, this is hot stuff. This is what you should be drinking this Halloween. Crack one open. Maybe we don't need to lean hard into that sort of angle, but because now it's suddenly feeling like Paul Verhoeven's making this movie. So Ellie just starts investigating. She, like, my father got a job. Where did he get a job?
Sure.
So then she needs to be drawn towards Santa Mira. She needs to put the pieces together. If he has something in his apartment that says where his job is, it's not in town. He didn't say where it is, but if she can piece enough information together, even if it's the beer can, like, why does he have so much beer in this house? Like, is he an alcoholic? Like, oh no, Santa Mira, it's on the bottles. I got to go there. This must be where he works.
I see what you're okay.
So then that will drive her into the eerie countryside.
Okay.
This not countryside, it's a waterside, a seaside brewery village.
Sure.
So she drives there. It's seemingly like a quaint brewery town, but the town folks are polite, but they're too polite. There's something a little too quaint about this. Like their smiles aren't like reaching their eyes kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's uneasy, and this, like, the local sheriff and the doctor and the bartender are all kind of discourage her from staying. Like, oh, you visit, but you don't stay. People, this isn't a tourist town. We all work here, we all live here, but people just pass through. You can keep driving. Um, the brewery has a presence everywhere in this town because it's what this town operates under, and this, even in this town, has like a rich history. Like, it's, for a town that no one stops by, it's got some like older structures there. It's like, maybe we have some sort of fascination in history that allows her to go, that building's over 100 years old. There's not a lot of those around this part of the country.
Maybe. I'm having ideas. I want to see where you're kind of what you're fully unraveling here. What I have doesn't necessarily go too far off of the main road you're driving right now.
Okay, so she's in this small town. There's breweries, like the brewery is just very omnipresent. There's signs and posters and trucks driving by, and like it's their pride and joy. Like, this is the pride of the town. It's the lifeblood of this town. We love it. We're proud of it. But this is our town, and maybe just move right along. Maybe, no reason to stay. Did you know my father? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Move along. So then she takes a tour of the brewery. Like, she actually goes, like, joins like a guided tour of the Shamrock. What is it? The Silver Shamrock Brewery. Mm-hmm. Which is funny because that's like, I didn't piece together that it was St. Patrick trying to kill Halloween. But the Silver Shamrock Brewery, it's sterile. It's disturbingly clean. Like, workers move like clockwork. Their hands are raw from handling like all the ingredients, like the hops and whatnot, right? Okay. And like it smells like I know it's hard to get smell across, but like there's a rot underneath that's just the yeast.
Hops?
That's just the hops. If anyone's lived in a beer town, Milwaukee, in the summer, oh, that's a smell.
I miss it. I strangely miss it. I hated it when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. But you're right. It does kind of, especially gets the mix of the lake air, like the lake side wind and the beer mix. It's decidedly Wisconsin. It is a smell that's very
Milwaukee.
Very Milwaukee. At some point, we're just getting whispers of, or hints of, and probably up to this point, hints of the witches, of the coven, of something, just the sprinklings of ideas that there's more to this than just a murder of a man. We already know from the beginning that there's like these white-eyed thralls. So the movie is waiting for, the audience is waiting for this witchcraft stuff to come back into play. Mm-hmm. So
how far in do you think we are at this point?
Oh boy.
That was another thing about Season of the Witch. You're right. It was only 90 minutes, but it felt so freaking long. Like, it felt like it took forever for us to get to Santa Mira, and then we were there forever.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was probably only like maybe 15 minutes.
Maybe 20, 20 and a half an hour. I think we're at least a third of the movie in already.
Okay.
Like, taking our time to be stylistically, tonally droning and build the tension of the anticipation, taking a note out of Kubrick's book, which is like letting cuts linger just a split second longer than they should.
Sure.
Like building up the pace of the cuts, which Kubrick also did in The Shining. Like the speed at which cuts come starts slowly creeping in. She maybe Ellie overhears like a child singing an old nursery rhyme about witches rising on Halloween night. I don't know, the lore needs
you want some more lore dump before the third act,
just
basically?
Sprinkled in, like we so it doesn't come out of nowhere, right? Like these witches just can't suddenly appear. That's why opening the way I did, classic cold open, allows the audience to stick around long enough to fulfill that. I know sometimes we complain about it, like, why tip your hand here? Wait till we're 30 minutes into the movie to go, witches? What? Didn't see that coming. But I think we let people know up front to expect graphic murders.
The weirdness.
Yeah.
I do want to note the original Halloween. One of the producers' demands when making the movie was that it be bloodless, or like minimal blood. That's why there aren't like big blood splatters or anything
Yeah.
like that throughout it. It's the same producer on Halloween 3, and that is why there's no blood in it's my guess. I don't know that for sure,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that's why. That's why the robot men bleed butterscotch,
Yeah.
and we don't see any blood otherwise.
Yeah, I think when I like when kills happen after and they're like suddenly violent, like in where it's like like, oh God, I forgot that this movie's gonna do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not consistently like blood, 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 because you become deadened to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's sudden and shocking, then it has more of an effect of, oh God.
Yeah.
Maybe when she like hears a kid singing, like a mother like hushes it and gets the kid away. Like, dude, don't sing that song. Where did you hear that song? The internet. She maybe at the brewery. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep brainstorming.
Yeah,
thank you for letting me pitch this linearly. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
I'm just thinking structurally, and this is where my mind is taking me.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's great.
Um,
I do have notes. I have things that I'm going to want to either insert or possibly
you
change.
can
but
interrupt me if you want. Yeah.
Well,
I can keep
okay.
hashing this all out if you want.
Well, because so far, honestly, it follows the major beats of the movie we got.
Right, we're losing Dr. Chalice. Yeah, I'm basically what's going through my head right now is like to honor the reboot and hit the beats. We sometimes talk off mic about like, did we just say do that but better?
Yeah.
And while I'm laying out the structure here, like laying out the skeleton of what this corpse can look like. Sorry, cadaver?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I am aware that I'm hitting the beats that are there. I just don't want it to come off do that but better.
Sure.
Having her in the brewery get like if she snoops in the wrong place and then she's chased by one of those thralls. So we see one of these dudes again. The audience knows what that guy's capable of, and suddenly unnatural speed and strength, and she just like escapes into the woods where she finds an altar or sigils like burned in trees, and then she starts discovering the plot of like maybe a sympathetic brewery worker that reveals the truth, or that the town, something that points at this ancient coven that has taken over this town. And maybe even this is the point where she understands that the beer is the elixir, that when drunk on Halloween, when they activate their spell, that will lift the veil of the dead and unleash spirits into human bodies, or like the whole country
like literally the beer has prepared the bodies to take in the spirits of the dead.
Yeah, possible. Like that's a suggestion.
Sure.
And that as she tries to, like, she like has just that information and tries to flee, but she ends up like the road just loops back. Like she can't, like she finds the gas station, it's boarded up, and her phone dies, and like Santa Mira is sort of a trap in itself. Like she's caught in the spell now, and she can't. There's no leaving Santa Mira.
Sure.
Like however her father got out, she's not able to break the spell, so now she's trapped here, and like getting, if she infiltrates the cathedral beneath the brewery, right? Like the ritual chamber, and there's vats of like glowing beer, and like the harvest idol crowned with antlers or whatever Samhain ritualistic stuff, Wicker Man stuff, like the coven chanting and like just inhuman, like like I'm thinking of again like Roald Dahl's Witches, like that first movie, and like when the masks come off and they're all like ugly
grotesque,
witches, grotesque. Like, so let's get some body horror in here, and the witch is just like, "Hello, Ellie, we see you." They're just feeding off. They've been feeding off the Halloween for centuries in preparation for this. Their season is about to begin here and now.
We are ascendant.
We're gonna harvest for Mother, like Mother Earth, whatever their totem might be.
It's the devil.
The devil. They're just gonna erase the boundary between life and death, and and like Ellie sees the possessed, and the town folks are forced to like kill each other, like just getting like the bloody, like the climax of this is reaching, so that just having some sort of like pyrrhic victory where she blows up the brewery and it's like inflamed at the end, but it doesn't matter because the trucks are already around the country and people are going to be partying and drinking those beers at midnight.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you for letting me rattle that off.
Yeah.
But that is my suggestion for a skeleton here. Rip its limbs off.
I got some ideas.
Let's go, Jim. Rip its limbs off.
All right. So from the beginning, I'm mostly on board. Right. The guy comes running out. Like they're gonna kill us all. They're gonna kill us all. Just like in the movie. And the gas station attendant can also die.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter shows up. We meet the daughter because she gets word that her father has died, and she's the next of kin. Like, my father, I haven't heard from him in more than maybe more than a decade, right?
Sure. He left when I was 16.
How old we want her to be.
Yeah.
But she goes with her boyfriend to see, to identify her dad and to find out what was going on. Finds out some of the information you're talking about. He didn't work at the brewery. Like, so because the cops just pretty much straight up said, no, it was this, it's done, there's no investigation. They don't go to his home or anything like that. They give her the info for her to deal with. And she goes there. And she finds out her dad has been researching this place called Santa Mira, and like it's connected to all these things, and she finds the beer. Like, oh my god, he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Through looking around and stuff. No, he's not drinking any of this.
Yeah,
that's weird. Why isn't he drinking? Like, then looking through the notes, he's marking down, like he's marking ingredients, like this measured here. Unknown ingredient.
He's like trying to recreate whatever the beer is made of, like trying to crack the formula.
Ultimately, what she finds out, she may not find out these words. He is a witch hunter.
Yeah. Okay.
So right. What we don't see, what eventually will be unraveled is right. He's a witch hunter. He's on to their plan. He got too close in Santa Mira.
He tried to flee.
Yeah, and
they got him. The thralls murdered him.
Yeah. So from there, in yours, she went to Santa Mira. From there,
yeah,
sure, that could be the case. But her boyfriend doesn't go with her. The reason I've introduced this character is because he is going to stay in town and look up some other stuff. And so they'll talk by the phone. Hey, I'm finding this out. Oh,
he's
this
the
is
guy at the computer.
Kind of, yeah. So basically, they find out the Santa Mira angle. She's like, let's go there. But there needs to be another angle for the boyfriend to follow. It's that, or she hires a private investigator. That I figured it'd be better if it was a character. The characters knew each other
with a relationship. Sure.
Because he's going to serve a larger purpose at the end.
Okay, let's keep it simple for now. It's a boyfriend. Yeah. I suppose if you wanted to not go the romance angle of it, she has a brother, who also is like, screw dad, I don't give a crap.
Sure.
Yeah, but I'll investigate for you from here.
Yeah. So she goes to Santa Mira. My only problem with that is, like, how many days is she there? Well, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe she is there for a while. But my portrayal of Santa Mira, I'd actually want it to be like I like what you said, but like even a little less. They're even less inviting. They're very small town standoffish.
When I traveled during COVID, I did a road trip with a mutual of ours, and we went north. We went through Montana and North Dakota, and we would wear our masks because mask mandates.
Sure.
And the looks we got, just side-eyed looks like of that. Like, oh, you're an outsider. you're wearing a mask.
My initial thought was actually even so it would be something like that when there are even people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like having there be a town that's almost like the town in Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily where the buildings are literally hollowed and burned out,
right?
But like,
where is everyone?
It's a where is everyone type thing.
Sure.
Like there are storefronts. They all say closed, and maybe if she gets close enough, like there are things in there, but not enough things or not enough of the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And as you travel, it'd be one of those things like, oh, all the buildings that are closest to the street, that looks normal enough, albeit closed and no people.
Mm-hmm.
But like as you drive past between buildings, you can see buildings beyond, and those look husked out. Those look entirely dilapidated.
It's all a facade. It's all a veil.
Right, and it's a really kind of bad one at that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's almost no one in this town.
So don't lose your train of thought, but it's just stylistically, tonally, having a character who spends most of the movie alone. There's a lot of silence in this movie.
Sure,
there's something that could be built into the style of this movie, that it's the frighteningness of being alone.
Yeah,
she's not talking to anyone. Like, oh God, because we can't have someone muttering to themselves all the time. But just there's something in silence that makes things just unsettling if you do it present in just such a way. But anyway, continue.
And there might also be a way to have there be some locals that just make themselves very clearly not wanting to be approached,
like the little kids singing and the mom going, "Give some."
See, I actually no kids.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, no, I'm not totally opposed. I'm wanting this town is entirely in thrall to the witches.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not fully against the notion that there are some locals that just are quiet and scared and mind their own business.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about a singing kid though. But the reason I brought up the buildings behind the buildings, because our character Ellie, she wants to know what's going on. She can't find anything out. Maybe she even tries approaching the brewery at first, and there's a guard.
Yep.
And he's like, "Nope, no visitors. Sorry, it's not a thing we do."
I know no one goes in, and no one ever comes out.
Perfect. But she goes and she goes and walks through a couple of these weird dilapidated buildings, and that's where she starts seeing weird graffiti or scrawls or sigils, things like that. And that's what maybe starts happening there. Crap, I thought I had more stuff for the boyfriend to do in between, but it really is just a thing for him to. Basically, he's Ellie never leaves Santa Mira. He is our view of what happens on the outside.
Great, yeah.
Because the notion was he's following up with, as she calls him, like, "Hey, this is this beer. What's going on with this? Find out." So he's going to like local bars and stuff and trying to find out. I don't know. It's just what everyone wants.
It just keeps showing up too.
I talk like this.
Yeah, just keeps showing up too.
Yeah. The overhead on it is the cheapest thing ever. We
I don't even understand how they're making money.
On it. Yeah.
We can't what?
What?
You said we can't even keep it.
We can't even keep it on the shelves.
Yeah.
Because they put it on shelves in bars. But yeah, that kind of thing. So he's finding out like whatever her dad was doing is connected. Like it seems to be freaking everywhere. And Santa Mira, the town, doesn't reflect a town that is making a hot new product.
Right. Yeah. Good juxtaposition. Okay. I like where you're going.
To the point that like there's no way they even have like a worker base to run. Like maybe she sees. I'm now imagining it almost like trying to do the highway in Pet Cemetery. Just these huge trucks, just taking loads and loads of products away.
Like, this, I need to take a tour. I need to see this.
Sure,
building.
Something like that.
Just getting her to. My next plot point was getting her into the tour of the facility, so this sort of motivates her.
This was mid second act.
Yeah.
At this point.
Like if we're structurally speaking, we're her getting to the brewery town. Like getting to the brewery for the tour. Yeah, you're looking at mid second act. Yeah.
Well, second act is she needs to be denied entirely, right? So the town is unfriendly. The brewery pushed her away. The town is pushing her away.
If she's chased by one of them thralls,
oh, sure.
that gets her
But
fleeing
then
into the woods.
she also tries. Maybe at this point she tries to leave Santa Mira, and finds she can't.
Yeah, I think in my suggestion of like, what did I say? Sorry, I did structure this pretty standardly, so I'm just trying to remember. I had her go to the tour. She gets her nose in a place she shouldn't. She's chased by a thrall. She's
perfect.
Yeah. By the end of what would be structurally Act 2 is her looping back into Santa Mira so that she can't escape.
Sure.
Like, so
okay, yeah. So we don't have to be there yet. She can have the tour. She sees something she probably shouldn't have. It's weird how few employees this place even has.
Yeah.
Right, they can write it off like, oh, we brewed it months. We brewed the last batches we'll need months ago.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's all bottled and needs to be shipped out. No,
it's the last of our supply. It's seasonal.
Yeah.
This is seasonal anyway. Where we'll be shutting down main manufacturing.
Yeah, something like that
at the end of the cycle.
So that's their justification for why there are no employees there. Crap. I don't know where to plug in these extra bits.
Go ahead.
But right. So that's how she sees then gets chased out by a thrall.
Right.
Ultimately is rescued by. Excuse me, a burp. She's rescued by a burp. Yeah. Fizzy lifting drink.
Yeah.
She flies away.
I said good day, sir. Okay.
By one of the CEOs, by one of the higher ups of the company. Like, oh no, it's all right. She
okay.
didn't know.
Just a guess.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So then that's sort of how she gets away from that psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
I've done nothing really different.
That's okay. You're
ultimately
crap. You're sprinkling in details here.
Yeah, I'm running out of steam at a certain point. Oh, so while she's doing this, I wanted him to be researching more of her dad's witch hunter stuff and
uncovering that history
and uncovering how widespread this whatever he was researching is.
This supposed conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And believing at first that he's thinking of some tinfoil hat, government black hat kind of stuff, and then no, I think our dad believed in some pretty weird magical stuff here.
Sure.
This is verging into supernatural territory, and I don't know if I believe it, but he's creating a compelling argument in all these notes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then all the messages he's getting from Ellie are sort of weirdly corroborating the weird side of this stuff.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of steam. So I think I'll just drop the couple last bits that I wanted. So
okay.
She doesn't escape, or she doesn't escape, and the plan is going through. But what I wanted to sprinkle throughout was things about her dissatisfaction with her life, as is, which having a boyfriend rather than a brother could introduce some more of that strife.
She's just a disenfranchised person who suddenly has, she's launched. It's denying the call. A real monomyth stuff here. It's just like she doesn't like where her station is life. She denies the call, but she crosses the threshold. She's launched into this
and
horrific
ultimately,
story.
What we and she finds out is she is being wooed by these witches. Come,
slowly enthralled.
Join us.
Yes.
She's being offered the opportunity to become a witch. Because for them, even a part of it, basically, I think it would be fun if in the end, the idea is she becomes a witch. I want to take The Witch, the movie The Witch, and combine it with, right? So yeah, essentially she, or I guess we could end on a cliffhanger of does she accept? Because the plot being the witch hunter got too close and or they were hunting him right back, and the best revenge against him is to steal his daughter.
Okay. I think you're onto something here. If we consider this a contained film, leaving just a little bit of open-endedness for people to walk out and make us like, I know what's going to happen next. Like giving us, if she in the end can't stop the spell from being activated, the veil from being lifted. If she's like, no, they're holding her back, and she's watching the ritual. They're chanting, and the woo, woo, and she's like, stop, and they like let her go, and she just stands there helplessly as the is activated, and she's failed, but they still extend a hand to her, like, don't you see? Don't you see what this gives the world now? Fear is real. Join us. And letting her sit there in that moment of, I failed. Like, there's no Pyrrhic victory here. She's lost.
Yeah.
But they're saying, but you can join us and be a part of something really special. And you have something special in you. And here's the thing. She's got the audience has information she won't have. Because if Ellie she fails. She watches the spell go off. Mm-hmm. She's like, God, what have I tried? It's like, no, now be a part of this. If we craft her character in such a way that that the audience might go, I think she's going to accept, but we don't show her take the hand or walk away. Sure. Right. The other element of that, if her brother, we'll name him Dan, since we can honor Dr. Chalice from the original one, Mr. Chalice, if he finds the information of, we're witch hunters. I'm a descendant of witch hunters. Ellie and I are a legacy of witch hunters. Not overt. This isn't an adventure movie. If it's just enough information that when he discovers it, the seed is planted with the audience, that when all this thing goes off and we see this blood, just these awful murders, and he's watching the fall of society around him as the nation. If the movie ends in such a way that people walk out of the theater and go, if they want to do a sequel, brother has to fight sister. But we don't cliffhang it like that's an obvious answer. It's just putting that, does she choose? And he knows what his purpose is now. There's just, you know what I mean? Like, there's just enough for someone to go, oh, so I bet he becomes a witch hunter and she becomes like Queen Witch and they have to fight each other. But I don't want to lean too heavily into the adventure of this, instead of just having it sprinkled in so that the horror can come out of it.
Rather than, I tend to lean away from chosen one kind of stuff.
Oh yes, yeah.
So rather than the witch hunter being a legacy thing, I would rather, like, a part of that character, whether it's boyfriend or brother, part of that character's journey in. Right, the denial of the call is, none of this is real. It's all conspiracy theory. But as he looks deeper, he finds he could even find other people who are also scared because they can point to other people who got too close and also died.
Yeah,
and so he joins a group of witch hunters.
Suggested witch hunters. Yes.
Yeah, not necessarily people brought together by circumstance rather than
destiny.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah. I in fact. Their father being a witch hunter is completely circumstantial. It's not a legacy. He became one in his research. Yeah. Like, he just chose to hunt witches. So I'm on board with not chosen one syndrome here.
Yeah.
Not chosen one storytelling. Because the notion of there are no witch hunters left. Our descendants in Salem were victim to these evil men who killed them for who they are, but now there are no men like that left in this world. That line is gone and broken and done with. Any even if it's remotely in the dialogue, anyone who even thinks they are is a hobbyist, right?
Sure.
But the suggestion that Season of the Witch coming to its fulfillment in the end, that the witches win, that hell is unleashed upon us on Halloween night.
I would even want Ellie's invitation. It's not even a come join us. It's a, you've already joined us. Just accept that. Like, they point to things that have happened throughout. Like, you could only get into Santa Mira if you had done stuff like that. So basically, the notion of looking back and seeing how she had already
done things,
metaphorically signed her name away, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so now all that's left is for you to admit it.
Yeah. Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah.
Say I'm a witch. The fun thing in this, though, is because you creating that we'll call him Daniel character, whether it's boyfriend or brother, that secondary character, we can do two heroes' journeys simultaneously with the respective beats of Threshold and Calls and Dark Knight of the Soul and all those standards of monomyth that can structure and like layering those next to each other with those crisscross interactions through phone call / FaceTime, finding a deft way to, I know that's on us to, can we deftly do this? I think we can. And then we unintentionally or intentionally on your part, honor more of the original that we are rebooting, that there is two main characters.
Sure.
Instead of just dumb old Dr. Mr. Dan Chalice.
And then he rescues a robot instead of a person.
Yeah. And having callbacks to the original while severely diverting from it is a lot of fun too. Removing some of the unnecessary. We don't need robots. We don't need Stonehenge. We'll just make it Soundway, which is trying to make Halloween matter again.
Make Halloween matter again. I don't want like a secret temple, underneath.
I had suggested that. Yeah.
What I think would be cool is it literally is the brewery, and maybe on the tour, maybe a part of what she stumbles across is a part they hadn't cleaned up yet, or some a bit. But like I have this image in my head of that sort of the final ritual, the finalization. We see the blasphemous, what's the word? Procession, the blasphemous procession, making their way through the clean brewery, and they're doing stuff like splattering blood here and there, making marks on things,
wiping their hands,
and basically, right, profanely defacing the things in their ritualistic manner,
just desecrating like all this.
All the way through. This is, I guess this would be more symbolic since they've already distributed the beer, but like walking along the catwalk and throwing ingredients like blood and dead cats or whatever into vats.
A pumpkin, a skull, and a
warm sweater.
No, I'm trying to think of the three masks. The three masks from the movie.
A witch's face.
Yeah, a witch's face. Yeah. Let's. Oh wow. Okay. We actually found our way through this.
One question I have for you is, what are the thralls? Where are they from?
The thralls are the people from this town that they've taken over. That the people of this town that are the face of the only faces necessary for anybody who might pass through and ask questions are still out front, like the front facing people. But the rest of these thralls are like the strongest people that they could control to become. Maybe they're the actual workers of the brewery that used to be there. This big, strong men that used to, and women that used to operate this brewery.
How do we portray that?
That they are big, strong men?
No, that's who because you portrayed them not as people in thrall.
Yeah.
You portrayed them almost as like summoned homunculi.
I'm gonna walk that back. I think what we could do to even if it's never said, we can imply it through costume design. They're wearing the jumpsuits with their name tags on them. They're wearing the uniforms of the factory workers of the brewery.
We could actually have a fun. I'm going to say it's fun. We could have a fun exposition dump. Ellie could encounter. There's got to be a name for the archetype. It's the harbinger when it's the bad guy. When it's the bad guy's person warning the characters not to go somewhere. But there's another character. It's often the town drunk. In this movie, it's the
herald.
Drunk
If we're looking at archetypes, it would be the herald.
Okay, the herald. So I think we could have a herald somewhere in the town that Ellie encounters, and he says stuff like, "The people aren't the same anymore. I'm not going to be one of them. I don't drink what they're selling.
I don't drink Silver Shamrock.
And what does he drink? What gross thing? I just drink straight gasoline. Got any gasoline?
Just rubbing alcohol. Yeah, it's.
But where would he get it? Because he's also trapped in town.
He could be. There's I suppose there's always the opening for us to have people. You would suggest it, people who just like keep calm and carry on that didn't
So
need to be.
there are scared townsfolk.
They are complicit participants who are like, you don't have to enthrall me. I won't say shit.
Sure.
So that there are people, numerous people in the town that are just don't ask questions. I keep my head down.
Mhm.
They leave me alone. They won't touch my family if I just let them do what they're doing, and then they'll be gone by Halloween. I don't want it. I don't know about that. And so then having having a town drunk at the bar, who can expo dump a little bit of information.
Okay, sure.
Could be something there. Yes. The last little bit I want to talk is just homaging the masks at all. Like, do we want any sort of reference to the masks being like the 3 types of beers? Like if they have a pumpkin, a shamrock, like a green beer, an orange beer, and a white beer. Like,
white beer?
Because it's like
Sure.
Halloween themed. Like
Yeah.
it could be as simple as that. Like the designs are the 3 masks, but now it's booze, which kind of goes to what I had suggested much earlier about like the targets of this are people 21 and older, or adults, young adults out there partying, not children.
Is it too hokey to say that the beer, the seasonal beer is Season of the Witch?
Oh, that's that the beer is
Silver
called
Shamrock Season of the
Silver
Witch?
Shamrock Season of the Witch. Maybe not. It really is all an execution.
Well, also we Silver Shamrock, if we are going to make these witches Salem witches, I don't know how important the Silver Shamrock is really just there to be an homage to the original movie.
Sure, but they could be, the Salem witches could have been a coven that came from Ireland, that came from the old world to the new world and then lost. That they fled to the new world and were chased by witch hunters. We could create a mythology of that they started in Ireland, that they were a coven in Ireland.
We could.
We could, but will we? He thinks, staring off into the middle distance.
I'm not going to decide tonight.
Okay, we don't have to. Okay.
But because there was a point where I was mulling over the idea, because, right, we're sticking with Santa Mira and thus we're probably sticking with Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of somehow even connecting this witch coven to Bruja.
Please elaborate.
Bruja is basically my understanding of it, and I'm sure it's ham-fisted and colonialist.
Mm-hmm.
Bruja is basically Spanish for witch.
Okay.
They're not always bad the
Sure.
way European / Western witches usually are. Bruja, I think, can also just sort of be like, what's the term? like not a medicine woman,
Shaman, witch doctor.
It's a witch. It's
a witch.
But it's not automatically evil connotation. They do folk magic,
medicine women,
yeah.
kind of thing. Now you are right that if we go with Santa Mira, does suggest former Mexican occupied, Spanish occupied Southern California, and that's fine. It could be that. But if it's Saint Mira, it could be East Coast, especially go two pitches in a row that we play in the Bayou, that we play in the Gulf of Mexico area. We sensitively, with respect and the help of people understand it, witch doctors of voodoo origin.
Sure.
We could be playing in Haitian witches and Caribbean witches.
We could play in our own backyard. We could put it in Wisconsin, home of the microbrew. I don't know that there's microbrews everywhere, but there's a lot of beers in Wisconsin. And we could just make it St. Mary's.
It's St. Mary's. It could be on Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's 3 different styles of movie. If it's Southern California, Lake Michigan, Wisconsin, or Michigan.
What are you putting in the beer?
Hey, okay, all right, listen, okay? We got it's Coven, Mom. It's Coven.
It's Coven. Yeah.
Or
which is Coven.
Or which is
Coven sounds stupid. It rhymes with oven.
Nod to our Wisconsin filmmaking brethren right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it just offers us a different style of witchcraft but I think if it's I think we stick with Silver Shamrock. I think that we keep the coven rooted in St. Patrick trying to kill Halloween. I think it's so funny. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, coming to that conclusion of watching the bloodshed, watching the witches win.
Oh, other fun details on the tour, as the tour guide is explaining the origin of their name and all this stuff. Like their recipes actually, a lot of beer recipes derive from the monks who lived in the Alps and stuff like that. Our beer's recipe actually derives from the
Druids,
the hills, and it's a druidic recipe.
Yeah. Rooting
even older than most monastic beers.
Mm-hmm. Very well put. Yeah, I think if we lean heavily into the shocking and sudden bloody deaths in this, and then slowly pace ourselves into the silence and the building tension and fear,
I would cite. There's a handful of movies that I would cite for. Like, honestly, I would look heavily at The Witch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, everyone refers to it as The Vivitch.
The Vivitch.
I really liked that movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a part of why I can't ever truly write off
Robert Eggers.
That's Robert Eggers,
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking it was Ari Aster. It's probably Robert Eggers. That makes more sense. I can't write him off. I love him. I think The Northman was the most disappointing one of his to me so far, and I still really liked that.
Yeah, it's Robert Eggers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even better. Good. I don't have to
bend over backwards and twist yourself into a pretzel.
To say I like Ari Aster.
Yeah.
But I do. I like Hereditary.
Yes.
It's just nothing else.
Yeah, that tonally
from that.
Yeah.
From Zach Kreger's movies,
mm-hmm.
he has a tone and a visual style that I like and would want to
replicate,
invoke.
I think Jordan Peele as well is a director.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. Certainly we suggested things that sound silly in just saying them, but in execution, getting them down, creating the right tone. I think that there's some steam here, mm-hmm. or some fizzy here. So I think I have to ask Eminem now how we did over at Azul Studios. How did we do? Okay, I think we did do that thing that I suggested of like, just do the thing you did but better. But the purpose of X, Y, Z, of getting from here to here to here.
Well, we did change a bunch of things as well. We changed. Maybe not necessarily for the better. We maybe not necessarily for the better. It might just be same but different,
mm-hmm.
or different but same.
But ultimately, that's up to the studio to decide.
Yeah, right. Because I feel like what we tried doing here, what they did there, Chalice was witness to what they were doing, and they tried explaining both at the same time, which was, this is what you are getting. You are falling down this rabbit hole deeper, mm-hmm. of what we're doing to the greater outside world, mm-hmm. and you are the more you learn, the deeper you have to get, the harder it's going to be for you to change. What happens? And that's really hard to. That's actually really hard to. That's hard to convey.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to act. There's a lot of reasons that's a really hard way to go, by splitting it in two characters, and instead having Ellie's journey of learning more about all of this happening, actually being her descent into being complicit.
Right.
I think is more compelling.
Yeah.
And having Dan be the one outside finding out how insidious this thing is and how far spread it is.
And even just getting to see the climax of this in a bar.
Yeah.
Like if he even like gives up, he can't get in touch with his sister, and he goes to just drink, and he's like, I failed her. What, I don't know what happened. And then when the spell is activated, looking around the bar, and suddenly a fight breaks out, and people are killing each other in front of him. And he's like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Like even if he's like,
something like
even
that.
if he's like he has silver shamrock beer in his hand, it's like on his lips as it happens, so he doesn't imbibe it.
You know, actually, what I was, because we actually just watched Marvel Zombies.
Yeah.
And there's a character who because I don't want to spoil yet another thing.
Sure. Keep it close. Keep it vague.
A character unwittingly eats some stuff that infects them. That's actually
yeah. That's the easy way to put it.
It probably spoils it once that scene comes up, but yeah,
it's all good.
Even having that, like, things start going wrong, and like he's like, oh no, I got to get out of here, and then his gut starts twisting. Why did I try? Why did I try the season of the witch?
I like the idea that he stays free of it, and then he bears witness to the insanity that happens before him. So, but Eminem, how did we do? You gotta let us know if we hit your demand today. You can hit us up if you agree with what we did, disagree. Does the studio greenlight this pitch? Let us know, especially if we missed anything. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. I thought of some stuff to discuss to keep the episode going. Do we do what Season of the Witch did, which is have a what do you call it? Easter egg that shows Halloween and Halloween 2 Michael Myers and Laurie Strode as being fiction in this world, or do we do an Easter egg that acknowledges that they exist in this world? Do we do nothing? We do none of that?
I don't want to do either. I think if we're going to put anything on a TV to reference anything, it'll be the original Season of the Witch hidden in the background somewhere. That's it. But I don't want any. I want to find a way to do this with we can put a Michael Myers in the background. We'll put the original Halloween on a TV in the background, but canonizing it in the same world, that is too complicated.
Okay.
To be like suddenly Laurie Strode exists in a world where witches took over. That's weird.
I mean, American Horror Story essentially did that with their series, their franchise.
Witches took over? Oh no, they crossed over. We don't have to talk about American Horror Story. They
crossed over all of their seasons.
Yeah.
And there's a season about witches, and they play a pivotal role in the season, which is the apocalypse, the end of the world.
Okay. You can message us directly at. I'm dismissing you.
That's fine. I was done.
Yeah. Okay. You can message us. Which took me over. You can message us directly at studiodemandsit.com or on Instagram at studiodemandsit. If you're not already subscribed to us on your podcast listener platform of your choice, and if you feel like giving us a review, that certainly helps us get out into the algorithm. You can also find us on YouTube and TikTok, where we post videos that include material not heard here on the show. Jim,
you can join us. You can join the discussion over on Reddit at our subreddit of r/studiodemandsit, or join us on Discord by going to our website, studiodemandsit.com, and clicking on the server invitation link at the top of the webpage.
And now is certainly the time to do that, because we are, as said, approaching the finale.
Voting season.
And voting season has started, and that's certainly a place to start campaigning, get your word, oh, and I nearly dropped my mic there.
Campaigning for our movie.
And if you want even more stuff, we have a Patreon. For a couple bucks a month, you can get episodes early, commercial-free, extended double-length episodes, movie commentary tracks. You can also show some love by subscribing to Patreon for free. And it doesn't cost you anything. You just click on it, and there you go. A massive thank you to 6.5 Media. David will be joining us very soon for our annual crossover with AZP. Thank you to 6.5 Media for everything they do. So please check out some other of those shows. And Jim, unless you have anything else.
I don't think I do.
All right. That's going to be it for this episode. Trick or treat. Everyone stay safe out there this Halloween season. Watch out for a witch's brew, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. We'll be back again soon with another one of your demands. At least one more episode of our mainline season to challenge ourselves to take on cinema. I'm TC.
10 more days till Halloween. 10 more days till Halloween. I already forgot how it goes.
Halloween.
They did repeat it. Okay.
Halloween. Silver
Shamrock. There you go. There you go. There you go.